Alright, so we're talking about shoulder impingement. In this video, going to run through some exercises for you to do. So this is the initial phase of the injury where it's still quite painful. You may not have very much range of motion through the shoulder at all. So we don't want to do too much movement, but we do want to start working on balancing out the rotator cuff muscles. In particular, the muscles responsible for internal and external rotation. When these are working well, they'll help kind of depress the shoulder, the humerus from the shoulder joint. So those muscles are the infraspinatus on the back there, and then the subscapularis, which is in the armpit there. So I'm going to cut to a couple of different options of how you can exercise those. One, you can do it with free weights. You want to start with a very low free weight. And the other one is working with resistance bands. Again, just starting low and building up to what's comfortable for you. It's not like a strength exercise where you want to lift the heaviest weight. You're training for stability, and the exercise will just help pump blood through the area and help reduce pain. Alright, so let's cut to the free weights first, and then I'll show you the resistance band as well. Alright, so first variation is to use a free weight. So I've got one here. This is just my little adjustable dumbbell with no weights on it, so it's nice and light, but obviously you can adjust it to what you need. You might start with like a 1 kilo or maybe 2 kilos, but yeah, or even half a kilo if you're just starting out and it's really quite painful. Anyway, you want to get your elbow onto some kind of surface, so you could do this on a table where your elbow can rest and bend on a table. You can bend up your knee like this. You could also do it on your side, doing that. But essentially the movement that you're looking for is you want to keep your chest upright, so you don't want to be sort of moving your chest with the movement. This is just coming from your shoulder going in. So you're going to drop it down and then bring it back up, and then drop it down and then bring it back up. And so you're going to do this for a repetition of 15 to 20 times. You can do this on both sides to work on the shoulders, but in particular, obviously, the injured side. And you don't want to feel any pain through this range of motion or through this movement. All right, so that's the first variation. And then I'll run you through how to use a resistance band. Alright, so next we've got a resistance band. Now we're not super set up to use this in the clinic, and it's just on the door handle. I would not recommend doing this at home because it's too easy for it to slip off and slap you in the face. So make sure you've got it attached to somewhere good. But essentially you want it to get it at a elbow kind of height, standing up, and you want to take it to a comfortable kind of stretch, and then you're going to train bringing it in like this. So you're going to do 15 reps that way, and then you want to do it the other way. So I'm just going to show it on my other hand, so I'm facing the camera, but you would do this on the same side. You would just turn and face the other way, but you're going to be training the opposite direction, so this way as well, and 15 reps of that. And so you want to be doing these exercises at least once, maybe even twice a day. Again, don't do anything that's painful. Use pain as your guide. If it's sore during the exercise, that's too much. If it's sore within 24 hours after doing an exercise, that was too much weight, too much resistance, or just too many repetitions. So drop that back and make sure you're doing this with a qualified healthcare professional. Alright, so those are the initial phase rehab exercises for shoulder impingement. Once you can relatively comfortably raise your arm up to horizontal with the shoulder, then you're going to start working on another exercise, start opening up the mobility through the shoulder, and we'll run through that in our next video. So stay tuned for that.